what our moon is hiding, according to statements made by an extraterrestrial Andromedan. The moon, our bright jewel in the sky. Although the moon enjoys her route around the earth innocently and relentlessly, many questions have been raised about both the moon's conversational past and the hidden here and now. According to author Alex Collier, claims that our moon is actually an interstellar transport ship, a spacecraft transported here by a distant solar system. It contains, he says, an experiment conducted by gray aliens and their reptilian masters, our genetically modified ancestors, he claims. The letters from Andromeda, the brainchild of John Robinson and Alex Collier, describes a telepathic conversation with an extraterrestrial being from Andromeda Galaxy, an ancient entity named Morani from the constellation Zenitai passed important information to Collier, completely disproving all that was spread as truth in the history books. Andromeda exposes the savage way in which people are governed, the lies that dominate our daily lives without our consent or even our awareness. They tell us nothing about the real worries of real life, let alone what is really going on in our solar system. Morani's greatest revelation concerned the true history of mankind and the moon. Earth's satellite has played a vital role in the human race, but it's nothing to do with what we may have been taught. The moon came from the constellation Ursa Minor, 432 light years from Earth, to serve as a transport vessel for reptilians, that is human-reptile hybrids, and the first generation of human ancestors to leave offspring on Earth, and the moon has reached its point in the tail of an asteroid that is believed to cross our neighborhood every 25,000 years. Morani also revealed that our moon once orbited the 17th planet of the Chota stellar system, the home of the Andromeda. And what we see today as the moon is actually the remnants of a 6.2 billion year old jewel called Maldek, which many identify as the planet Phaethon, a reminder of the ancient war between the tyrannical gray aliens and the Empire. According to the information provided by Collier by Andromedas, we are here because an ancient alien civilization that's older than our sun has brought us here. Is there any evidence to support all that Andromeda mentions to Collier? Rumor has it that on the surface of the moon, lunar missions detected the presence of some unknown chemical compounds, but this discovery was completely obscured. Telepathic communications continue as follows. The moon is hollow. It contains huge underground installations built by aliens and later by humans. There are 7 openings on the moon's crust and underground bases. Conservative scientists have wondered why so many craters look so shallow despite their size. The explanation is that much of the surface has been built on a metal shell, and it is a war transporter, quote unquote, as the Andromedans describe it. Craters on the moon are an obvious hint to a trained eye because their shallow depth and uniform shape are not found in any other celestial body. What is responsible for the so-called craters? Were they exposed to meteorites or asteroids that have hit the surface in the past? Is it any wonder that everyone fell on the moon and almost no one on the surface of the Earth? The answer comes from Andromeda, who justifies all this by talking about cities and spaceships being on the other side of the moon, but also about a war 113,000 years ago, which left these circular scars and marks which are visible from our planet, and these scars are on the moon. The Greys led the first expedition to the ruins in 1950, when a group of NSA, not NASA, astronauts reportedly crashed onto a New York-sized lunar subterranean space just below Jules Verne crater. And inside they found the remnants of a violent battle, while scattered pieces of reptilians were found. Quote, when the Apollo astronauts landed on the moon, the world order was there for a while, and quote, Collier wrote, he said, this knowledge and technology has been kept secret from the lowest levels of NASA and the military. NASA is used as a driving blind so that no one really knows what's going on there. Astronauts after threats have never spoken until today. Since then, the world government has maintained a lunar colonization program starting with 36,000 people selected, and the colony is estimated to reach or exceed 600,000 inhabitants in the near future, he said. The leaders of the whole operation are the Greys, but they rarely intervene immediately. They simply convey their messages through a group called the Black Monks. These were originally humans, but the Black Monks have been radically modified to serve the needs of the Greys and can no longer be considered humans on Earth. The next step is a hierarchy. It's a group called the Blue Moon, which serves the Black Monks, consisting of American, British, Russian, and French representatives, and these groups operate and control the bases on the moon. Under their command are two organizations, Alpha 1 and Alpha 2. Collier has reason to believe that Alpha 1 was tasked with raising funds on Earth but leaving the population unsuspecting. Andromedas Morani told Collier that Alpha 2 is actually the MJ-12, the famous organization tasked with retrieving and exploring extraterrestrial spacecraft. If so, the organization that we believe is responsible for such covert projects is essentially at the bottom of the ladder when the ladder runs much higher than we previously thought. To date, Collier's allegations have not yet been proven, but to dismiss them outright would probably be unfair. The far side of the moon is always hidden from our view. Even if there were some alien bases, we could not find them from Earth. But Alex Collier is adamant enough about the certainty of the forbidden knowledge he receives from the Andromedans. So he's had contact supposedly from the Andromedans, and telepathic communications continue, I guess. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. I've translated this for you from a Greek article. Thank you. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.